What's up, world? It's me, Nez. Welcome to Nez Telly. Thank you so much for coming by to find my suggestions of books that you could read. Hey. Anyway, welcome to a wonderful new month, the month of May 2020. This is our 5th month and you are doing good. Thanks for checking up again. So this month, I'm declaring this month the month of Africa. Basically, I'm going to take this month to read as much African literature as I can get. I can lay my hands on. Today, I'm literally reading about The Thing Around Your Neck. Where I'll be getting my books from I'll tell you about that at the end of the video. Let's do that. Let's talk about The Thing Around Your Neck. The Thing Around Your Neck is a collection of 12 different stories that Chimamanda wrote together about Nigerians in different situations and different interesting places, really cool things. And there are 12 of them. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to name each single one and then tell you a line about the story, and then I don't know, hopefully one will pique your interest and you get to read. I had a friend that once said that that he has read every single thing from Chimamanda, and the only one that he actually liked much was Half of a Yellow Sun. I'm like, why though? Like, everything I've read from her so far seems to be like, pow. I love it. But anyway, we all have our tastes. I can't hate. Okay, so Cell 1 was about her brother. Her brother was this guy that thought he was cool, like blah blah. I said all these big boys back in university. I don't know how many of you that went to university and had all these guys that just always felt like they were cool and all that. He was like a staff kid, right? And he went to school and then he was suspected as a cultist and he got arrested. Oh boy, that guy's life changed forever. That's number 1. Number 2 is Imitation. Imitation was about a lady who was married with kids, but she was married with kids and she lived in the US, Philadelphia to be exact. But she was in that kind of situation where, I don't know, I'm sure you know, at least if it's not an auntie, a sister, somebody that you know that is married, but the husband is in Nigeria and the family is in the US. So it was that kind of situation. So the first line of the conversation, the first line of the story starts with her listening to her friend who told her that she had just come in from Lagos and she found out that her husband had moved a new girlfriend into their house in Lagos. And but basically it was like a day in her life. A lot of them were like a lot like that. A lot of the stories are like, a day in the life of this person. So that was number 2. Number 3, I like this story, by the way. Number 2 is The Private Experience. The Private Experience was about a lady like I think early 20s, and her sister who decided to go up north to visit their auntie, and for some reason best known to God, they went there, and I think the girl went out to do something, and then she found out, and that day was a clash, like a big clash between the northern Hausa people, that's northern Christians in Nigeria, and the Igbo, the northern Muslims and the Igbo Christians. So it's like it was really bloody kinds, body got burnt, people got killed. So she basically snuck into a shop where she stayed and hid with some other Hausa Muslim. So so that was number 3 so far. Number 4 is Ghosts. Okay, Ghost I think touched me the most because it was a big clincher at the end, which I'm not going to tell you until you read it. But it's a story about a man who had found a retired professor who had gone to school in university, by the way, who had gone to school to do something, and he met somebody that he had thought, like, this story is set in like either late 90s or the 2000s in my head, right? And he gets there and he sees a friend that he hasn't seen, that he thought that died like since the war. Now, the Biafran War in Nigeria ended in 1970. So you can understand where this is coming from. In 1970, the war ended. This man, everybody in his life, his wife, everybody, all their friends thought this man had died. And then he goes in, let's say in 2000 or 1999, and this guy walks to him and says, hi. And oh boy, the guy was like, a ghost. But anyway, that's Ghost. That's number 4. Number 5 was a lady that had gone to the US, I think as a married woman. She had gone on marriage visa or something like that. She has a married woman, and basically her aspirations weren't exactly meeting up what she thought she was going to get, especially with her husband. Like, she expected way more from her husband. That didn't happen, and she had to work as a nanny. But I think the major focus of this story was about her as a nanny in this family, like her trying to understand this family, especially the mom of this, the mom in that family, the family that she's a nanny to their son. So that's number 5. The other one was Jumping Monkey Hill. Jumping Monkey Hill, I think, was the one that lost me the most. Like, I literally dozed off while watching this, while listening to this one. I'm not saying that it's boring, but like I actually went back and tried to re-listen, and my mind just kept reading off. It was really messed up, I don't know. But basically, it's a story about a whole bunch of African writers that came together for a writers' retreat. And then what it was like, there was an organizer. I think the major organizer was British Council, but there was a particular house and a body. So it was about their interactions and, stuff. That was another. The Thing Around Your Neck. This particular story was a story that got me, like, because of the way, I think it was more about the way it was written. Like, usually when you read a story, usually they're talking about, like, he said he is, he went to his family to see his wife, and then his wife. So that's how some of the stories are told. Some say, and while I was looking at him, he told me that blah blah, that kind of thing. But this story was written like you, so like it's as if the story was talking about me, but it's not this me that I know like this. So it's like you knew how it felt when you would say hello to your mom, and your mom would this, and you did not want to do it, so you didn't do it. I don't know how the story was. So it was so engaging. I don't think I've ever read a story like that before, at least when you are the focus. So that was interesting. I really like the thing around your neck. I'm not going to tell you more about this because I really, 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 really want. If you don't want to read any other story, read that book. Read that particular part of the book is really nice. So that's another one. Then the American Embassy, I think, was very touching. The American Embassy was about a woman that's a journalist's wife who went to seek asylum in America through the American Embassy during Abacha's time. I don't think I should say more. Basically, the whole bunch of unfortunate events that happened to her, and she tried to seek this thing. And like I said, it's a day in a life. So basically, it was just her sitting through the process of trying to get asylum. And yeah, that was pretty much it. That's all I'm going to say about this one. It's a good story. The Shivering, I liked a lot too. Shivering was about, literally, it's a story of, I don't know if you remember the Sosoliso crash. Is it Sosoliso? It was Sosoliso now. This Sosoliso crash happened very close to when our former First Lady had died. I don't know if any of you remember. Anyway, do some research, you'll find out. It was very close, and this lady who was in Princeton, I think she was doing a master's degree in Princeton in Philadelphia, and it's Princeton, Philadelphia. Anyway, in Princeton, the university, and she that day she was sitting down and trying to, she was looking through the net, trying to figure out. Then we're using your laptop, so it's like she was looking through her laptop trying to understand, like, oh, people died, what's happening, who died, who didn't die. She was trying to figure out names, and somebody knocks on her door. It turned out to be one Nigerian man that she knew nothing about, apparently stays in the building, and the person said, hold my hands with me, let us pray for our country, people are dying, blah blah blah, and all that. And that's how a friendship developed. So it was about that friendship and their relationship. That was a very beautiful story. I liked that one. Arrangers of Marriage. Arrangers of Marriage is another one I found very sad. Good story. I also found it very sad. It's about a lady that I think she had come, as in her parents were late. Then her auntie and uncle had arranged a man, a Nigerian, what they call an American doctor, a Nigerian doctor in America, that kind of thing. They usually sell them as if they are all that and a bag of chips. So it's like she married this guy, and then she traveled back to the US with this guy, and life was nothing like what she expected it to be. The guy was quite I don't know, like the whole thing was just. But it's a really nice story. I think you should read this one. Tomorrow is Too Fat. This one creeped me out. Like, this is a creepy. If this is made into a movie and I hear about it, I definitely will not be watching that movie, because this story is very creepy. It's about, like, imagine sibling rivalry being taken to like a whole other level, like you know nothing about. It's just so creepy. All you have to know is that it's creepy. I'm not going to tell you the story, but if you're into this kind of thing, you would like it. Like, I liked reading it. I'll probably read it again if I had the time. But I'm telling you, this story is a very creepy story. The last one, The Headstrong Historian. This I love because it's about a woman. Okay, first of all, it's set in Onitsha. That's where I'm from. Anyway, it's set in Onitsha, right? In the East, but Onitsha was mentioned a lot. That was a major place. So like in the earlier, it feels like, to me, it's like in the early 1900s, like 1900 between 1910. That's where one of my grandmothers was probably lived or was born. She basically is about this woman that was there when the white men came and started trying to indoctrinate people, like, turn them into missionaries, turn them into Christians and all that, and how much she did not like anything about this. So it was her, and as the headstrong historian was basically her and her granddaughter. That's what I'm going to say about this, okay? All you have to know is that is a story that's mentioned on Nature a lot. And and really, that's it. Okay, so yeah, it's really nice. This book is beautiful. I really think you should read it. So where am I getting these books from? The books so far that I've looked at and I'm thinking of, I'm definitely going to read, is from Scribd. Scribd I've talked about several times. Scribd is a big library that has both several audiobooks and several ebooks that you can just go there and check. They're actually doing a free 1 month right now, so just go there and listen for free for 1 month. Listen to as many. You sit down, listen to book, read a book. 1 month, a whole month is free. Enjoy yourself. That's number one. Another place is Bambooks. Bambooks, I've not looked at Bambooks since December, right? And then I went there today and I'm like, Bambooks has, like, as in their list has just gone from, they had a lot of books before, funny enough. Like, I already had in mind the books I wanted to read when I went there, but I just went there and I got confused because I took way too many books. Anyway, Bambooks is like, it's a subscription-based platform, ebook platform that you can go to and you can get as many Nigerian books. That's all that is there. Nigerian literature. Just go there. You can find everything on, it's Nigerian own, I think. Relationships, weight, marriage, business, whatever, men, women, children, just go there, you subscribe. I think it's like 9,000 a year, and it's 900 naira for a month, basically. So it's like, and same thing, first 1 month is free. You can sit down, read book until you're tired of reading books. So this, the thing around your neck, I got from Script. You can check it out if you're interested. And thank you so much for checking up, okay? If you haven't already, please shoot me a like and then subscribe and spread the word. This book, if you want to get the physical one, by the way, you can still get it from Roving Heights. Roving Heights deliver everywhere in Nigeria. You can check out Pataba, and I think on Jumia you likely will get it too. It's actually really available. And if you're outside Nigeria, check out Amazon. It's there. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for checking in. I'm sorry this is longer than I expected that it would be, but I'm hoping that you're having the best weekend and wish you the best beautiful month. Bye. Thank you for watching.